It's not just about building a resume. Who are you as a human from a deep empathetic point of view?
Not everyone can be an A player. You can't.
Yeah.
Not everyone's amazing at their job.
Yep.
What tactical advice do you have for folks out there who are having a really tough time navigating the market?
Yep.
They're getting frustrated. They don't know what to do.
Man, I'm going to give you the secret sauce.
Uh-oh.
Right? So I'm going to show you exactly how it's done.
Good morning, everybody. It is day 3 of Transform, the final day. I am Adam Posner. This is the podcast. I'm here with our friends at PIN. We have a ton of great conversations today. We're going to finish up strong. I got to tell you guys, I can't believe I did it. 10 days in Las Vegas. I'm still here physically. I'm still here mentally. Let's do it.
Welcome to the podcast, where we introduce you to incredible humans who share their journeys with the mission to inspire you to harness your own inner tenacity to drive your life and career forward. And now, your host, Adam Posner.
Good morning. We are at day 3 here at Transform. I'm starting off with my man, Angel Cruzado. We've known each other for a bit on LinkedIn, and let's be real, man. We're both, you're in the journey right now. I am on the other side of it, but I am still in it. First and foremost, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
The journey is great in terms of like how I'm feeling today. I mean, the energy of Transform is, it's pretty amazing, but having pancreatic cancer stage 4 in that journey, it's gnarly. I'm not going to lie. You got to push through every day. And so I took a nice bath this morning.
Good for you.
This is my first meeting, or my first meet and greet.
Will you have the energy level up?
Yeah.
How has the vibe here powered you? What about it? Let's break down the ingredients of that vibe that is giving you the energy that you need today and through this week.
Yeah, I mean, to answer that question, I almost have to step back a little bit, right?
Please.
The way I step back is that when you're diagnosed with cancer, everyone shows up. And I'm talking about your ex-girlfriends, your ex-colleagues,
right,
your managers, friends, people from high school. And so you have to navigate communities. And one of the things that I realized is that in having cancer, I've had to figure out how to not lose all this time and energy, because I can't update thousands of people all at the same time.
Right.
So I started with building my emotional home team community, which is like my family, right? Yes. And so they're all my inner circle, yeah. And they know everything that's going on, like the good, the bad, the ugly. And then from that, I also realized that they couldn't fulfill all the needs. They needed to fill what I would consider as the logistics home team, right? So who can bill you out of the hospital when you have a procedure?
Who could drive you to an appointment, right?
Yeah, who can take you out, right? And the logistics home team is a combination of family and friends, and they live on a different platform on WhatsApp. Mm-hmm. And then the third, which is Transform, is part of it, but I call it the internet home team. And
the extended family.
Yes, yes.
So to speak.
And the way to think about them is they're a combination of professionals and just strangers out on the internet, but they throw prayers, good vibes.
You feel it,
thoughts,
you absorb it.
And then some of them are like, hey, how can I support you financially? And in the beginning, you resist that. And then you're like, hey, man, this could really go west, and you need to be ready for that.
People are generous. Sometimes it's hard to accept generosity because that's not how we're wired.
That's a true statement.
Right? I felt that too.
Yeah.
So you have all these communities coming together. They're lifting you up, and it brings you here to Transform. Now let's switch gears for a little bit. And for anybody out there professionally, tell everyone what you do professionally.
Yeah, so what I do is I support people in transition. It's quite basic. Companies face various degrees of headwinds, whether it's COVID, tariffs, political administration. And so my company steps in when employees are impacted through a transition. Sometimes they call them layoffs or a reduction in force or a job elimination. But we are that individual's best friend in that transition, and CHROs hire us to re-inspire their individuals on their team.
I absolutely love that. Real quick tidbit just to set the stage here. When I left American Express in 2011 as part of a buyout, which is great, I actually took advantage of outplacement service. Yes. I don't think a lot of people do that. And from there, I learned a lot of skills. I learned my elevator pitch. I've talked about this a lot. I'm not going to talk about it now. Let's talk about, there's a lot of really good people, Angel, that are out of work right now.
Yep.
And let's be real. Companies have the pick of the litter, and they could choose and recruit the A-list.
Yep.
But listen, the truth is not everyone can be an A player. You can't.
Yeah.
Not everyone's amazing at their job.
Yep. Yep.
What tactical advice do you have for folks out there who are having a really tough time navigating the market?
Yep.
They're getting frustrated. They don't know what to do.
Yep. Man, I'm going to give you the secret sauce.
Uh-oh.
Right? So I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. And most people struggle with it because it does take a little bit to unpack. But the first thing that you have to do...
I'm going to sit back then for this one.
The first thing that you have to do is you have to have deep empathy for yourself. Where are you at? Are you married, single, happy? Do you have 2 years before your kids go to college? You have to understand the baseline of where you're at. It's not just about building a resume. Who are you as a human from a deep empathetic point of view? The second part, if you do that part right, you can get to what I call as purpose. Purpose is really kind of like the typical, like, tell me about yourself, which is your current state, where you've been and where you'd like to go. But purpose is not the same as deep empathy. They're different.
Correct.
With deep empathy, you can move to purpose. If you know deep empathy and purpose, then you can start building your resume, not the Obama administration resume that you built 8 years ago, a new one from scratch. I recommend a platform called Enhance CV because it parses you out the capabilities, the competence, the skills.
Interesting. I got to check that out.
Yeah, Enhance CV. They're an Eastern European company, and they've been great partners to us. If you get to the resume part, then you can get to what I call is building your brand on LinkedIn. And most people have no idea how to do that. They throw bullets on it.
They've had a LinkedIn account for 20 years. It's the same profile photo. They barely update new jobs. They're not using it the right way.
Canva for the header. They don't do the shoulders. They might throw a picture with the liquor, and so but here's the thing with LinkedIn. When you describe yourself on LinkedIn, you want to describe the role in no more than 24 words and the impact. I call it the shift 3, 4, 5. On the keyboard, shift 3, 4, 5 is your pound sign, the money sign, and I forgot the other sign, but it's how do you quantify your results? So role and impact, 24 words for role, 36 words for impact. Now, here is the kicker. Everyone's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, everyone in your profile, man, they're dormant. And when I say dormant, is they've been sitting there since like 1993.
Yeah, it's the old car in the driveway.
Maybe you pulled your hair back from a friend who was vomiting in the bathroom in the college, but they're all dormant. Now, how you activate the network is through storytelling.
If you're in recruiting, you already know that sourcing eats up way more of your day than it should. That's why I use Pin. Instead of writing Boolean searches and tweaking filters, you just describe what you're looking for and who you're looking for in plain English. I could type something like software engineer at Series A startup with 0 to 1 product experience, and Pin will surface a relevant shortlist right away. No guessing, no wasted time. It turns hours of sourcing into seconds. So book a demo today and see for yourself. Visit pin.com/demo. Tell them Adam sent you.
Pause there for a second. And I want to talk about the underutilization of LinkedIn for the job search.
Yes.
This is hypercritical. It's how you tell your story. And us as recruiters, I'm an in the trenches recruiter, we want to know what you did. It's cool. It's great that you say, this is what we did. We're inherently built to say we. But from a recruiting perspective, me as a recruiter and a hiring manager, I want to know what you did. What exactly did you do to accomplish it? And LinkedIn's going to give you the ability to do that. Back to you.
Yes. And so they do that. And so what I'm trying to do is trying to get people, in some ways, most people like to apply on a bunch of different platforms and send their resumes out, like basically like email marketing spam, right?
Doesn't work anymore.
But let me tell you what we do at Respirus is we do this thing called the career prayer.
Sometimes you got to put some prayers out there professionally as well. I feel you on that one.
Yeah. And the career prayer goes like this. And you've seen it. Hey, LinkedIn family, not so good news. Role got impacted at X, Y, and Z. And man, I learned tons. And let me tell you about the impact that I had while I was with this company for 5 years. But I couldn't have done this with Pepito, Sally, Larry, George, and they've all been great colleagues. As I think about this journey of my transition, I'm here hanging out with my family. I'm going to do a college tour with my kids on the East Coast, and maybe I'm going to do a vacation in Hawaii. But I'm also playing around with this thing called Claude. And it's amazing because I've been on ChatGPT for a hot minute. And as I think about all the different companies that I'm thinking about working for, I'm really thinking about working with companies that are focused, that combine biology and AI. But you use all the LinkedIn, and then you throw a picture of yourself and your family and friends. And let me tell you, if I don't get goosebumps, I'm not activated.
And if I feel that you wrote it with AI,
not activated.
It's not happening either.
Not activated. And so
what's the quickest way to activate?
That through storytelling.
All right, but how do we make it balancing the human side and also putting our accomplishments out there, right? You want to you hit the nail on the head here. You want to activate your network, and here's the real thing. For most people, and they don't want to hear this, you have to network. That's how you're going to get a job.
Yep.
You need to dig in, and you need to actually utilize LinkedIn as the digital Rolodex.
Yes.
And dig into companies that people work at, cross-reference friends, triangulate them, and reach out. What's the best way to reach out to maybe somebody you haven't spoken to in a while? Maybe their colleague from 10 years ago. What's the right approach? Because at the end of the day, they know you're asking for something. We're not trying to sugarcoat it.
So it's funny, right? So when you're activating your network, the way when we share that career prayer, right, and you throw that journey out there, your network will respond. You get the DMs, you get the text, you get that. But one of the things that we do is to activate the network. What I do believe is that you have to download your entire LinkedIn contacts. And then from the
I'll tell everyone how to do that later.
Download your LinkedIn contacts. And then you have a beautiful resume. You have a beautiful LinkedIn. You know what your purpose is. You have deep empathy for yourself. You throw that all in AI. And then you say, hey, based on everything that I've shared with you, my resume, my LinkedIn, all my LinkedIn contacts, who are the 20 people that I should reach out to and why?
Use AI smarter.
And so now you're hacking yourself, because now it's going to read the company, it's going to read the emails, it's going to read your LinkedIn contacts. And you're no longer just reaching out to people because you know what you want. You know what you don't want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Angel, we could go on and on.
I know.
And we're actually going to continue this conversation later this year, because I want to do a proper long form check-in with you.
For sure.
But I want to know, and everyone out there wants to know, right now as you're going through this journey, which I wish I didn't know too well, what keeps you focused? What is your guiding light? What is your North Star right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I have an 11-year-old, and I'd love to make it to high school graduation. It's a challenge. I have to earn that right. I don't get it. When you have pancreatic cancer, you get a 2-3% median survival rate post year 5. So, I mean, I'm lucky if I get to high school, right? So what keeps me focused is I have a mantra called the 14-14, the 14-14. So you plan to live for 14 months. So you got to have the medical directive, the will, the trustees, and everything else. But you also have to plan to live here for 14 years. And to do that, I'm a founder. I'm hoping to re-inspire transitions. And if people are struggling and hurting and going through their own transition, I see you, I feel you. And I'm hoping my journey re-inspires them to move forward.
You are an inspiration. And I say this, fuck cancer. You're going to beat this. I wish you all the strength in every aspect of your life. And I'll be praying for you, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take that prayer.
Wisdom is forever, but for us, it's time to go. Thank you for joining us. Luckily, we'll be back with our next episode soon, jam-packed with more incredible humans. Thank you for listening, subscribing, and sharing. To join the conversation, search the Podcast on LinkedIn. And to catch up on past episodes and more info, please visit www.thepodcast.com.